Hello students, welcome to ATPH Academy. I am your educator Krishnendu Shan. Well, today we're gonna learn CBSE or ICSE class 12, the chapter reproduction. Well, this is mainly human reproduction. In this chapter, we will learn how our reproductive system function in our body, how sperm or egg, that is male or female gamete, will produce, and how it will fertilize, and after fertilization how it will form zygote, and at last a baby will form. Okay, so this is an important chapter in your syllabus, and I am 100% can 100% guarantee you that after doing this class, after enjoying this class, you will your a lot of confusions will be clear, and you will get so much information from this class. Well, so let's start it. At first, the introduction. At first, the introduction. As you are aware, humans are sexually reproducing and viviparous animal. Okay, we all know that. You all know in your previous classes that humans are sexually reproducing animal and we are viviparous. That means we give birth a child, not we lay egg. Okay, the reproductive events in humans. I'm sorry. The reproductive events in humans include formation of gametes, that is gametogenesis, that is sperm in males and ovum in females, transfer of sperm into the female genital tract, that is insemination, and fusion of male and female gamete, that is fertilization, leading to the formation of zygote. Well, in this chapter we're gonna learn about the formation of gametes, that is male gamete sperm and female gamete egg, and after forming how male gamete transfer into the female genital tract, that is known as insemination, and after reaching the female genital tract, male gamete fuse with female gamete, that is known as fertilization. And after fertilization, it will form a zygote. And after zygote, it will form an embryo, which ultimately gives rise to a baby, human baby. Okay. So this and its attachment to the uterine wall, that is implantation, embryonic development, that is gestation, and delivery of the baby, that is persuasion. These all process are included in this chapter. So this chapter has so much information and so much interesting information. You have learned these reproductive events occur after puberty. In your previous class you already know about that both male and female human beings have a pubertal age. Okay, after puberty they are capable to perform reproduction. Let us examine the male and female reproductive system in humans. Well, at first, the male reproductive systems. What is male reproductive systems and what consists of male reproductive system? The male reproductive system consists of a group of organs that works together to reproduce, store, and transport sperm. That means male reproduction's main function is to produce sperm, to store sperm, and to transport sperm. That the male reproductive cell. What is sperm? The male reproductive cell. Okay, and to secrete male sex hormone, that is testosterone mainly, primarily testosterone. Okay, the main structure of the male reproductive system include which structure in male reproductive systems are present. Okay, the male reproductive system present this type of structure. At first, the external structure. In external structure, there is penis and scrotum. Okay, what is penis? The cylindrical organ with three erectile tissue. Penis is a cylindrical organ and it has three erectile tissue. What is the main meaning of erectile tissue? That means it can erect. This muscle can erect from a relaxed position to a erectile position. It can change. Okay, two corpora cavernosa and one corpora spongiosum surrounding the urethra. Okay, the glans is the tip of the penis, often covered by a foreskin unless circumcised. Okay, So this is the structure of penis. Next, what is the function of penis? It facilitates sexual intercourses, delivers sperm into the female reproductive tract, and serve as a conduct for urine elimination. Okay, it has mainly two functions. First function, its main function is to transfer sperm into the female genital tract. Okay, and the second function is to excrete urine from the body. Okay, so these are the two main functions of penis. Next, the external structure of female reproductive system is scrotum. Okay, external structure means those structures which are present outside our body. Okay, these are known as external structure. Both penis and scrotum are present outside of a male body. Okay, now the structure of scrotum, a pouch of skin that contain a and protects testes. A pouch of skin, you can look here, this is the pouch of skin, and this skin protect and hold the testes outside the body. It is equipped with muscles, for example, dartos and cremaster muscles to regulate temperature. Okay, here temperature plays an important role. You maybe know that there is a certain disease known as cryptorchidism. Have you ever listened about this disease, cryptorchidism? Okay, the cryptorchidism disease is mainly happen when the testis does not came out from our body to the external surface of our body. It remains inside the abdominal cavity, and that affects the temperature of testis. I mean the temperature of the testis will be increased in this case, and as a result no sperm will form inside the testis, and as a result there is no sperm formation, and the male reproductive functions main function will be abandoned. Okay, this is known as cryptorchidism, but it can be surgically corrected. Okay, and that's why usually testes are present outside the male body. Okay, as a result, the temperature is balanced and sperm will form in a proper way. Okay, next, the function of scrotum, maintain an optimal temperature for sperm's production around 2 to 3 degrees Celsius before body temperature. Okay, so I hope this slide will be clear to everyone. If it is not clear, then replay the video. It will be very clear to you. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Next, the internal structure of human reproductive system, I mean male reproductive system. Sorry, at first testis, singular testis structure, oval shaped organ enclosed in a protective capsule, contains seminiferous tubules where sperm is produced inside the testis. Okay, these are the testes. Here you can see these are the two testes present in male body. Inside these testes there are seminiferous tubules which actually inside which actually sperm is produced. Okay, the function of testes produce sperm and hormones, primarily testosterone. So testes will form the primary male sex hormone, that is testosterone. Next structure is epididymis, coiled tube located at the back of each testis. Each testis back. Okay, this structure is known as epididymis. Here you can see the epididymis in the picture. Okay, this structure is known as epididymis. Structure and function, store and mature sperm cell. In epididymis, sperm is stored for future use, and also here sperm will be mature for future use. Okay, next, vast difference. It's also known as ductus deferens, vas deferens, and the structure of vas deferens, a muscular tube. Okay, it's a tube. Okay, that transports sperm from the epididymis to the ejaculatory duct. What is the vas deferens? This is the vas deferens. This muscular tube, you can observe, you can see the muscular tube here. This is known as vas deferens. This tube, what will function? What is the function of this tube? Conducts sperm during the ejaculation. During ejaculation, the sperm from the epididymis transported through vas deferens to the ejaculatory duct, and after ejaculatory duct it will be released from outside of the body. Okay, next, ejaculatory duct, the structure formed by the merging of vas deferens and the seminal vesicle. The vas deferens, this is the vas deferens, you know that, and it is seminal vesicle. This structure is known as seminal vesicle. These togetherly form ejaculatory duct. What is the function of ejaculatory duct? That channels sperm and seminal fluid into the urethra. This is urethra, and ejaculatory duct channels sperm means it actually reach sperm and seminal fluid to the urethra, and from urethra the sperm and seminal fluid will be reached outside the male body, and that is in the internal tract of female reproductive system. Okay, so this is the basic structure of internal structure of male reproductive system. Okay, let's move to the next slide. And the fifth structure, that is internal structure, is known as urethra. We already observed urethra. This is urethra. This duct is known as urethra. Okay, this duct is known as urethra. A tube running through the penis shared by the urinary and reproductive system. This is a tube running through the penis. It's run through inside the penis and shared by the urinary and reproductive system. That means both transmit urine, conduct or transport urine and sperm. Okay, so it's both function in excretory system and reproductive system also. The function transports semen during ejaculation and urine during excretion. Okay, next, the accessory glands. At first, the seminal vesicles. What is seminal vesicle? I already show you seminal vesicle. These are the two seminal vesicles inside the male reproductive system. Structure pair of glands located behind the bladder. Okay, here you know that urinary bladder is present. Behind the urinary bladder, these two seminal vesicles are present. What is the function of seminal vesicle? They secrete a fluid rich in fructose, which provides energy for sperm and contribute to the semen's volume. Okay, seminal vesicles secrete fructose. You know, fructose is a energetic nutrient which provide energy to the sperm, and it contributes semen volume also. Okay, next, prostate gland. Where prostate gland is located? This is prostate gland. This gland is known as prostate gland. These two pair of glands is known as prostate gland. Structure, walnut shaped gland located below the bladder is known as prostate gland. Function, produce a slightly alkaline fluid that nourish and protects sperm. Okay, so prostate gland secretion nourish or protects sperm. Next, bulbourethral gland. This is also known as Cowper's gland. What is bulbourethral gland? Here you can see the bulbourethral gland. This small gland is known as bulbourethral gland. Structure, small pea-shaped gland located below the prostate is known as bulbourethral gland. And what is the function of this? It secretes a clear fluid to lubricate urethra and neutralize the acidic urine residue. Okay. This is known as bulbourethral gland. I hope this slide is very much clear to you. Well, to move to the next slide. Next, ultrasound. Okay, students, in this slide, we're going to learn about the ultrastructure of testes. This is an important question from your exam point of view. Okay, at first, the capsules and septa. What is the capsules and septa? Inside, that means the outer layer of testis is known as capsule and septa. There are two layers, one tunica albuginea and second tunica vasculosa. Okay, tunica albuginea, this is thick fibrous connective tissue that forms the outer capsule of the testis. This is thick fibrous connective tissue, and it forms the outer capsule of the testis. Maybe you can see that this is tunica albuginea. Here tunica albuginea is noted, pointed. This is tunica albuginea. Okay, it extends inward, forming septa that divide the testes into lobes. Look here, this tunica albuginea will separate the testes into lobes. Here these types of lobes are present. It is separated by tunica albuginea. This division is known as septa. This division is known as septa. Okay, this is tunica albuginea. This is tunica albuginea, and this division is known as septa. Okay. Next, tunica vasculosa. This is the inner vascular layer of the tunica albuginea that supplies blood to the testes. Okay, this is the inner vascular layer. What is the meaning of vascular layer? It means in this layer blood vessels are present. This is known as vascular layer. It is beneath the tunica albuginea and that shall supply blood to the testes. Okay, so after the capsule and septa, the next structure is lobules. Each testis contain about 250 to 300 lobules that separate by septa, and septa is formed by tunica albuginea. Okay, each lobule houses seminiferous tubules. What different things or different structure are present in each lobule? First is seminiferous tubules. This is highly coiled tube where spermatogenesis, that is sperm production, occur. Okay, you can see that in this lobule there are so many you can see that in this lobule there are so many structure is present. This structure is known as seminiferous tubules. Here seminiferous tubules is pointed out. Inside the seminiferous tubules the sperm production is happen, that means spermatogenesis is occur. Okay, and these seminiferous tubules lined by a specialized germinal epithelium composed of spermatogenic cells, that is different stage of sperm development from spermatogonia, that is stem cell, to mature spermatozoa, and Sertoli cell, that is large supportive cell that nourish developing sperm from the blood testis barrier and secrete factor like inhibin and androgen binding protein, that is ABP. Okay, inside the seminiferous tubules, there is a special layer that is known as germinal epithelium, which is composed of spermatogonia cell and Sertoli cell. What is the spermatogenic cell? That means this ultimately form mature spermatozoa or sperm. It is the spermatogonia stem cell. And what is the stem cell? Look, the stem cell is those cells in our body which can form different other cell. Okay, these are known as stem cell. Spermatogonia is one of the example of stem cell which actually forms the sperm cell in future. Okay. Next, Sertoli cell, large supportive cells that nourish the developing sperm. These are the supportive cells. This nourish the sperm and it forms a blood testis barrier and secrete factors like inhibin and androgen binding protein, that is ABP. Okay, so this is a basic ultrastructure of testis. We are not complete the ultrastructure of testis. In the next slide we will observe more ultrastructure of testis. Let's move to the next slide. Okay, in this slide you can see a picture, a microscopic picture. Look, these are the ultrastructure of testes. What is this? These are the ultrastructure of testes. Okay, under the microscope. These are the seminiferous tubules. This is one seminiferous tubules. This is one seminiferous tubules. This is one seminiferous tubules. And if I enlarge these seminiferous tubules into a large version, it will looks like this. This is the seminiferous tubules. You can observe here the seminiferous tubules. And inside the seminiferous tubules, there are so many cells are present. Okay, these are the sperm. Here you can see the sperm. This is the sperm. This is the sperm. This type of structure you can observe. These are the sperm. Okay, inside the seminiferous tubule, these are sperm are present, and these cells are known as Sertoli cell mainly. These are known as Sertoli cell. Sertoli cells, and these cells are known as spermatogonia cells. Spermatogonia. I already know told tell about you. I already tell about spermatogonia cell to you. These are the spermatogonia cell, these are the Sertoli cell, and these are mature sperm cells which are present inside the seminiferous tubules. Okay, so this is the microscopic ultrastructure of testes. Okay, if you join my offline classes, then I will show this slide in front of you. Okay, under the microscope. I hope this slide is clear to everyone. Let's move to the next slide. Okay, next ultrastructure is interstitial tissue. What is interstitial tissue? Located between the seminiferous tubules and contain Leydig cell. In the previous picture, there are seminiferous tubules looks like this. These are the seminiferous tubules, and inside the seminiferous tubules, there are so many Leydig cells are present. This Leydig cell actually secrete testosterone. Blood vessels and lymphatics provide nutrients and remove waste. And also blood vessels and lymph system are present. These provides nutrient and remove waste. These are known as interstitial tissue. Okay, now the male sex accessory duct, that means duct which help in the male reproductive system. First duct is retitestis. The retitestis is a network of interconnected tubules located within the mediastinum of the testis. Where retitestis is found? Okay, this is retitestis. This is retitestis. Okay, this is retitestis. It plays a crucial role in the male reproductive system by serving as a conduit for sperm as they are transported from the seminiferous tubules where they are produced. Okay, you can observe here, you can see here, these are the seminiferous tubules, these are the seminiferous tubules, and in sperm form in these tubules. After formation, the sperm will transported to retitestis, and from retitestis to the outermost duct, the sperm will transport it to the efferent ductules, which then leads to the epididymis. Okay, now vasa efferentia. The vasa efferentia, that is singular vas efferens, are a series of small ducts in the male reproductive system that connect the retitestis to the epididymis. They play a key role in transporting and modifying sperm as they move from the testis to the epididymis, where they undergo maturation. Okay, this is the vasa efferentia. These are vasa efferentia. Okay, through vasa efferentia, the sperm transported from retitestis to epididymis. These are the connecting tube that is known as vasa efferentia. Next accessory duct is epididymis. The epididymis is a long coiled tube that plays a crucial role in the storage, maturation, and transport of sperm in the male reproductive system. It is attached to the posterior aspect of the testis and serves as the site where spermatozoa gain the ability to move and fertilize an egg. So this is the epididymis where sperm is temporarily stored and mature for the fertilization of egg. Okay, to fertilize egg. So here mainly storage of sperm occur and maturation of sperm occur in epididymis. In the next accessory duct is vas deferens. Let's move to the next slide. This is vas deferens. The first difference, also called the ductus deferens, is a muscular tube in the male reproductive system responsible for transporting sperm from the epididymis to the ejaculatory duct during the ejaculation. Okay, this is known as vas deferens. 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 This is ejaculatory duct. This is ejaculatory duct. This is ejaculatory duct. So vas deferens transport from epididymis. This is epididymis. This is actually epididymis to the ejaculatory duct. It is a key component of the spermatic cord and is essential for male fertility. Next, urethral meatus. This is known as meatus. You can see the location of meatus. The urethral meatus or external urethral orifice is the external opening of the urethra through which urine and in males semen exits the body. It is a key anatomical structure in both the male and female urinary and reproductive system. Okay, through the urethral meatus, the urine as well as sperm is removed from the body. Okay, so these are the main accessory duct of male reproductive system. I hope the concept of male reproductive system is clear to everyone. Let's move to the next slide. Now, anatomy of penis. We have to know the anatomy of penis in details. The regions of penis, at first the root that is known as radix. This is the root. You can see the picture of root. The fixed portion of the penis that attached to the pelvic bones is known as root. Includes the cura, that is extension of corpora cavernosa. Okay, includes the cura, extension of corpora cavernosa, and the bulb, the part of corpora spongiosum. Okay, this is the root of penis. Then body, that is also known as shaft, the elongated and cylindrical portion that contain erectile tissue and is covered by the skin is known as shaft. Then glans penis, the conical enlarged distal end of the penis is known as glans penis. You can observe this is the portion is known as glans penis. Okay, contain the external urethral meatus and covered by foreskin that is prepuce in the uncircumcised individual. Okay, so this is the glans penis and this is the anatomy of penis. It's very simple and not so much important from the exam point of view. Just you have to know that. So I will teach you this anatomy of penis. Okay, next move to the next slide. Erectile tissue. The penis contains three cylindrical body of erectile tissue enclosed in connective tissue. Two corpora cavernosa. Okay, corpora cavernosa. Look here, corpora cavernosa is pointed. This is corpora cavernosa. This is corpora cavernosa. This is one corpora cavernosa. This is second corpora cavernosa. That's why here two corpora cavernosa is written as. Run parallel along the dorsal aspect of the penis, filled with blood during erection, leading to penile rigidity. And this corpora cavernosa will filled by blood during the erection of penis. Here you can show that you can see that the deep artery is also present for the supplying of blood. Next one, corpora spongiosum. This is known as corpora spongiosum. This structure is known as corpora spongiosum. Okay, located ventrally surrounding the urethra, prevents the urethra from becoming compressed during the erection to allow for the passage of semen. This actually helps to prevent the collapse of passage of semen during the erection of penis. Okay, this is the main function of corpora spongiosum. Okay, inside the corpus spongiosum, you can see here urethra is located. This is the duct from where sperm and urine is removed from the body. Next, urethra. The penile spongy urethra runs through the corpora spongiosum. It serves as a common conduit for urine and semen. I already discussed about this, about urethra. Okay, this is the flaccid penis picture. That means the penis present in normal condition, and this is the erectile penis picture. You can clearly observe the differences here in the corpus cavernosa. Here more blood supply are observed here, and in flaccid penis inside the corpus cavernosa there are no blood supply. I mean no bloods are present. Little bit of bloods are present here. Okay, so these are the main differences between flaccid penis and erect penis. Let's move to the next slide. Now we already complete the male reproductive system. Now we will enter to learn the female reproductive system. Okay. So what about female reproductive system? The female reproductive system is a complex network of organ and structures that play a vital role in human reproduction. Its primarily function is to produce egg, that is ova, provide an environment for the fertilization and support the development of a fetus during pregnancy. So these are the main function of female reproductive system. What are the functions? At first to produce egg, this is the female gamete, then provide an environment for the fertilization. You know that inside the female reproductive tract fertilization occur, and they support the development of fetus during pregnancy. So these are the few functions of female reproductive system. This system also regulate the menstrual cycle and produce hormones essential for reproduction and secondary sexual characteristics in case of female. So this female reproductive system also secretes specific types of hormones which helps to build up the reproductive character in females. Internal organs of female reproductive systems. At first, ovaries. The location of ovary is one on each side of the uterus in the pelvic cavity. Okay, in the next picture I will show you ovary. In this picture also ovary is pointed here, but you can't understand actual position of ovary from this picture. In the next picture we will show you the ovary. Okay, the structure of ovary is small almond shaped organ. Function, that is produce egg or ova through a process called oogenesis that secrete reproductive hormones like estrogen and progesterone, which regulate the menstrual cycle and secondary sexual characteristics. So these are the few functions of ovaries. Okay, I hope this slide is very much clear to you. Let's move to the next slide. Next, fallopian tube, that is oviduct. Structure, narrow tubular structure connecting the ovaries to the uterus. So what is the fallopian tube? Look, here this is ovary, and this duct is known as fallopian tube. Which duct? This duct. This duct is known as fallopian tube. This fallopian tube connect ovary with uterus. Okay, the part of fallopian tube at first fimbri, finger-like projection that helps to guide the egg into the tube. Next, ampulla, the widest section where fertilization typically occurs. Isthmus, narrow segment connecting to the uterus. So this is the fimbri portion. Look, the fimbri is located. This is the finger-like projection is present here. Next, the ampulla. This is the ampulla portion, and next the isthmus. This is the isthmus portion. Okay, function of fallopian tube is to facilitate the movement of egg from the ovary to the uterus and provide the site for fertilization. Okay, now we can understand that inside the fallopian tube mainly fertilization is occur. Inside the fallopian tube of oviduct fertilization is occur. Next, uterus, location situated at the pelvic pelvis between the bladder and the rectum. This is known as uterus. This structure is known as uterus. Okay, this structure is known as uterus. Structure a pear-shaped muscular organ divided into three parts. Function at first হচ্ছে fundus. The upper and dome shaped region is known as fundus. Next, body. The main part where the embryo implants is the body of uterus, and the cervix, the lower and narrow portion that opens into the vagina. This is known as cervix. This is cervix. This is the body parts, and this is the fundus portion of uterus. Okay, so this is the basic structure of fallopian tube, ovaries, and uterus. I hope this slide is very much clear to you. Let's move to the next slide. The next is layers of uterine wall. What are the layers of uterine wall? First layer is endometrium, the inner lining that thickens during menstrual cycles and support implantation is known as endometrium. This is the endometrium. The inner wall is known as endometrium. Okay, then myometrium, the muscular middle layer that contracts during childbirth is known as myometrium. Myometrium, this myometrium consists of smooth muscle. Okay, myometrium consists of smooth muscle. Next, perimetrium, the outer protective layers is known as perimetrium. These are the most outer layer of uterus. This is perimetrium. Functions: these layers of uterine wall supports the implantation and growth of a fertilized egg, play a crucial role in childbirth by contracting to deliver the baby. These are the main functions of uterine wall. Next, what is cervix? Cervix, the structure, the narrow cylindrical lower portion of the uterus is known as cervix, and function of cervix is it acts as a gateway between the uterus and the vagina. It acts as a gateway. So this is the checkpoint or gateway between the uterus and vagina. This is vagina, this is vagina, and this is uterus. This is uterus, and here cervix is located. Here cervix is located. Okay. Produce cervical mucus which enclose consistency during the menstrual cycle to either facilitate or block sperm entry. Okay, dilates during childbirth to allow the baby to pass through. So these are the main functions of cervix. This dilate when childbirth is happening, then the cervix is dilates in so much big size to give birth to a child. Okay. Next, vagina. The structure of vagina is a muscular elastic canal extending from the cervix to the outside of the body. This is from the cervix to the outside of the body. This is known as vagina. Function: it acts as a passageway for menstrual flow to exit the body. This acts as a passageway for menstrual flow to exit the body. This receives sperm during intercourses. It receives sperm during intercourses and serves as the birth canal during delivery. These are the three main functions of vagina. Okay. I hope this slide is clear to everyone. Let's move to the next slide. Next, the external organ of female reproductive system. At first, the mons pubis. Where is mons pubis? This is the mons pubis. Location: the rounded fatty tissue that lies over the pubic bones is known as mons pubis. The function of mons pubis is acts as a cushion during sexual activity and covered with pubic hair after puberty. This is known as mons pubis. And labia majora. What is labia majora? Here labia majora is noted. Here labia majora. This is labia majora. This is labia majora. This is labia majora. Structure: thicky fleshy fold of skin that enclose and protect the external genital organs. Function: protect the inner structure of the vulva, such as the labia minora and the vaginal opening, and contain sweat and sebaceous gland for lubrication and defend against infection. So these are the main functions of labia majora. Small topic, small concept, and it is very easy to learn this concept. Okay, but I don't think these are so much important in case of your exam point of view, because there are so many more questions, so many more important questions in this chapter from the exam point of view. But yeah, this is this you should know about these structures of male and female external reproductive organs. Okay, then labia minora. The structure is thin hairless folds of skin located within the labia majora. So inside the labia majora, this is labia minora is present. This is known as labia minora. Okay, this is labia minora. Function surrounds and protects the opening of the urethra and vagina and contain blood vessels and nerve endings contributing to sexual arousal. Okay, these are the functions of labia minora. Okay, next, here clitoris is also present. Here clitoris is present. This is urethral opening from where urine is ejected from the body, and this is vaginal opening from where reproduction is performed. Okay, and this is the anus for the excretion of feces. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Next, clitoris and structure a small, sensitive and erectile tissue located at the junction where the labia minora meets. Look here, two sides of labia minora meets. So here, this is known as clitoris. Function primary organ for female sexual pleasure due to its high concentration of nerve endings and becomes engorged with blood during sexual arousal. So this helps in making a physical relationships with a male partner. It's just helps about sexual arousals, the feelings of sexual arousal, not more that function it will perform. Next, urethral opening. Location found between the clitoris and vaginal opening is known as urethral opening. Here urethral opening is present. Function allow the passage of urine from bladder to outside of the body. This is the function. And vaginal opening, that is introitus, structure the external opening of the vagina. Features may be partially covered with a thin membrane called hymen in some individual. The size and shape can vary significantly. Okay, inside the vagina there may be a thin membrane known as hymen. But remember, not a individual female have a proper hymen. Few of the female, maybe they broke their hymen in due to some physical activity, due to sports, due to different stresses. It doesn't mean, actually there is a myth in the society that if a female lacks her hymen, that means she actually she makes a physical relationship with someone in previous life. Okay, but this is not correct. Always hymen does absence of hymen does not prove that that particular female make a physical relationship with another person in previous life. Hymen can be broke for several reasons, not for the intercourse. Yeah, in intercourse hymen is broken down, but every time only not for the intercourse. Hymen can broke due to some sports, due to swimming, due to cycling. There are lots of reasons for the breakdown of hymen. So this is a myth and this is not correct, that a person who does not have have a hymen, that doesn't means he make a physical relationship with someone in previous life or previous age. Okay, the function, this provides an extra entrance for sexual intercourse and serve as the exit for menstrual flow and childbirth. These are the functions of vagina. Okay, I hope this slide is very much clear to you. Let's move to the next slide. Next, Bartholin glands. What is Bartholin glands? This is located small gland situated near the vaginal opening. Looks there here. This is Bartholin glands is present. This is inside the body. Function: it produce lubricating mucus during sexual arousal and reduce friction. And perineum, this is the perineum. Perineum is observed or is shown in the previous picture. This is located the area between the vaginal opening and the anus is known as perineum. Function: it supports the pelvic floor muscle and plays a role during childbirth as this area stretch to accommodate the baby. So these are the function of perineum. Okay. So perineum is not so much important, but Bartholin's gland location and function is important from exam point of view. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Now, ultrastructure of ovary. Just like we read the ultrastructure of testis, we have to read the ultrastructure of ovary. The ovary is a vital component of the female reproductive system. Okay, it is responsible for producing ova, that is eggs, and secreting hormones like estrogen and progesterone. Ovary produce egg and secrete eggs. It also secrete the hormone, sexual hormone, that is estrogen and progesterone. The microscopic structure of the ovary reveals the organization of cells and tissue that supports its function. So what is the microscopic structure of ovary and how ovary looks like under the microscope? Let's learn. Layers of ovary. At first, the germinal epithelium. What is the germinal epithelium? The structure of germinal epithelium is a single layer of cuboidal epithelial cell covering the surface of the ovary. So, outer surface of ovary is covered by germinal epithelium. What is the function of its? It provides a protective outer layer, thought though it is not directly involved in gamete production. That is, it does not involve in gamete production, but it can protect the ovary from the external environment. Next, tunica albuginea. Structure: a dense connective tissue layer located beneath the germinal epithelium. Okay, this is located beneath the germinal epithelium. It is formed by dense connective tissue, and this is known as tunica albuginea. Function: it offers structural support to the ovary. Okay, next structure is cortex. Okay, the outer region of the ovary containing ovarian follicle is known as cortex. Okay, this is the portion of the cortex. This is the portion of the cortex. This outer portion is known as cortex. This outer portion is known as cortex, and this portion known as medulla. Okay, so this is the outer portion and inner portion. This is the cortex and medulla. I hope this is clear to you. The location of cortex and medulla. Key component. Key component. Primordial follicle consists of primary oocyte surrounded by a single layer of flattened granulosa cell. Primordial follicles. What is primordial follicle? This is primordial follicles consist of a primary oocyte surrounded by a single layer of flattened granulosa cell. Okay, that means here, suppose this is oocyte, and this is oocyte, and outside the oocyte there is a single layer of granulosa cell. Single layer of granulosa cell is known as primordial follicle. Next, primary follicle contains a growing oocyte with a cuboidal granulosa cell and begins secreting the zona pellucida. This is the primary follicle. This is primordial follicle. This is the primary follicle. Secondary follicle. This developed a fluid-filled cavity, that is antrum, and have a thick layers, that is theca interna and theca externa. This is secondary follicles. This is inside is known as theca interna and outside is known as theca externa. And at least the Graafian follicle, that is mature follicle ready for ovulation with a large antrum and layers of granulosa cells supporting the oocyte. So this is the Graafian follicle, this is the antrum, this is the antrum, This is the antrum. Okay, this is the oocyte. So this is the Graafian follicle and mature follicle. Next, medulla. The structure of medulla is the central region of the ovary composed of loose connective tissue, blood vessel and lymphatic vessels and nerve. Function, it provides vascular and neural support for the ovary. It provides vascular and neural support for the ovary. This is the structure of medulla. I hope this slide is clear to everyone. If it is not clear, then please replay the video. It is very easy, and I am guaranteed you that you must be clear this concept from if you replay the video. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Now, ovarian follicle and associated structure, the granulosa cell or follicular cell. The surround the oocyte and play a critical role in providing nourishment and producing estrogen. Okay, these are the granulosa cell. These are the granulosa cell. These are the granulosa cell. Which type of cell? These are the granulosa cell. Okay, these are the granulosa cell. Granulosa cell contain theca cells, that is theca interna, hormone producing cells that synthesize androgen, which are converted to estrogen by granulosa cell. This is known as theca interna. And theca externa, connective tissue layer, provides structural support. This is known as theca externa. Theca interna and theca externa. Next, corpus luteum, the structure formed from the remnant of the Graafian follicle after ovulation. Suppose this is an egg, and this is the oocyte. This is the oocyte, and this is the antrum fluid. Okay, antrum, and here different cell is present. Different granulosa cell is present. Okay, this is a structure of Graafian follicle. It will, after ovulation, it will looks like this type of cell, this type of rupture cell. Here granulosa cells are present, and egg is released from the Graafian follicle like this. Egg is released from the Graafian follicle like this. So this is known as corpus luteum. This is known as corpus luteum. This is known as Graafian follicle. Clear? Function, its secret progesterone and estrogen to maintain the uterine lining for potential implantation. Next, corpus ambicans, structure degenerate corpus luteum if fertilization does not occur, and function non-functional replaced by scar tissue. So corpus ambicans, what is corpus ambicans? If fertilization occur, then this corpus luteum persists. Okay, but if fertilization does not occur, then corpus luteum will degenerate, and after degenerating corpus luteum, it forms the corpus ambicans. Is it clear? I hope it is clear. It is very much easy to learn. Okay, so I hope this slide is very much clear to you. Now move to the next slide. Microscopic features of ovum, that is primary oocyte, arrested in prophase 1 of meiosis within the primordial follicle. Zona pellucida, a glycoprotein layer surrounding the oocyte, critical for sperm binding during fertilization. Cumulus orphus ophorus, a cluster of granulosa cell anchoring the oocyte to the follicle's wall in the Graafian follicle. So this is primary oocyte. This is the structure of Graafian follicle. This is zona pellucida. This is the zona pellucida. Here zona pellucida is located. Okay. This is the cells of corona radiata. This is the cells of corona radiata. This is perivitelline space. Okay. This is the structure of Graafian follicle. Now structure of mammary glands is present. I think this is enough for today's class. If I if I teach you more, then it will, I mean, go upward from your brain. You will not understand. And the demo class, I can't continue the demo class more than this time. If you want to learn the reproduction and all of the syllabus from me, then please join us. Please join with me in offline or online classes. There are so many interesting slides in behind this. These are the important slides present here. Menstrual cycles. Very much interesting chapter is fertilization. These are the interesting slide. Okay. So thank you for today's class. Thank you for watching this class. If this class really, if you enjoy really by to observing this class, then please join with me in my offline or online classes. I will teach you every single topic from basic to master level, and the practical facility is also available in my classes. The class is 4K digital projector facilities present. More than 50 exams are conducted in 1 year. Every day MCQ tests are taken in the Telegram. So there is so much opportunity here. If you want to join with me, then please join with me. Hurry up, don't waste your time. Please join with me. So this is for today's class. I hope you will enjoy this class. Thank you and have a nice day. Goodbye.